The power of God to have power of life and death. Now what does that mean for us? It means because we follow toward the glory of God, we need to come to that saving faith of who He is. Now a man just earlier walked back and said, well, He is not the Creator. Here's what Jesus Christ said about Himself, that He's not like you and me. He's not like someone reincarnated. He's not a spirit baby. Jesus Christ said about Himself, He said about you and me, you're from below. You and me, we're from below. He said, I am from above. He said about you and me, He said, you're of this world. And He said, I am not of this world.
Your life now lives for things that no longer, it never did. And the things you used to live for, you don't live for anymore. So you hate the sin that you see in your life. And you thirst and hunger for righteousness. What does Christ say? What does He say at the Sermon on the Mount? He says, blessed is the man who is poor in spirit. How many of us have been taught from kindergarten that we need to have a high, healthy self-esteem? That we need to think highly of ourselves. And yet we wonder why our society is the most narcissistic it's ever been.
Get right with God today. Because no one is guaranteed tomorrow. And we're out here today to give you the message of salvation. The message of reconciliation with God. That you can be forgiven. That you can be put in right standing with your Creator. Because on Judgment Day, the most important thing is, are you right with God? It's called justification. Have you been justified? Have you been made right with your Creator? But the problem is this, that we have sinned against God. The Bible says, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God.
Not found in the American dream. It's found only in Jesus Christ from the Holy Bible. Genesis to Revelation. That's what Jesus said. Make sure that you have bowed your knees, that you submit your life to Lord Jesus Christ the Bible. He is the judge. He is the king. He's the lawgiver. He is the one who's coming back one day to judge heaven and earth. The Bible says that one day, all that are in the grave shall hear the voice of the Son of God. He came back to life. Not even all the powers of hell, all the evil in the world that hated God could keep him in the grave. Jesus said, I'm the Creator. I rule and reign over heaven and earth. And I'm coming back to life. And I'm accomplishing salvation to everyone who repents. And trusts in Lord Jesus. You don't want anything to do with what the Bible says. You don't care about what the gospel of Jesus Christ says. You want to run away from God. And you think that your life, you can do what you want. But one day, it's all going to come back to you, and God is going to hold you accountable for your sins. God is real. God is everywhere. He's with you with your friends when you're talking. He knows what you think about with your friends. He knows what you say behind people's backs. And God knows your desires, and He knows what you've done, even when nobody knows about it. God knows. God is everywhere. You cannot escape God. You can't escape His judgment.